Okay folks, here we are again. We're still prepping my wife's RX4. What I'm going to do now is put some center holes in the end of my swing arm pivot bolt. So I'm going to put a little hole, drill a little hole there so that when I go to remove that, I can center a punch without damaging the threads around the peripheral. I'm going to do the same thing on the rear axle. On one side, the rear axle already has an indentation, so you could easily put a punch in it. But on the threaded side, it does not, and it's very easy to damage the threads. On the swing arm pivot bolt, it doesn't on either side, so we'll do the threaded side as if you were tapping it out, and then I'll flip it around and we'll do the non-threaded side as if you had to tap it back into place. So what we're using is something called a center point drill. They're very strong. They're made to be very accurate at centering into a piece of metal. I don't know if you could do this on a drill press or not. I've never tried it. On a lathe, it's very simple and doesn't take much time. We have a small center hole drilled. You can see it right there. If I have to take a punch and tap this out, I can do it very easily now without damaging the threads. I'm going to do that to the other end of this and to the threaded end of the rear axle, and then we'll be done with it. We'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we've drilled the center point holes. This is the swing arm pivot, so we've got one on the threaded end, we have one on the non-threaded end, and then of course we have one on the axle on the threaded end. And again, if you're out on the road and have a breakdown, you're not going to have a punch with you, but I try to make the hole large enough that I could use a standard size Phillips screwdriver as a punch if I get in a pinch. So hopefully this saves you some time and makes maintenance easier and less chance of you damaging the threads when you have to take your motorcycle apart.